Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Starman Just Watched. Me and Billy finishing up the In Search of Darkness Part 3.
Oh, yeah.
And covering 85 to 89.
Yeah.
And your impressions of this, Billy?
Oh, geez. Just some more great unknown, movies, really.
Yeah. So I do love this documentary for expanding movies that I haven't seen and reminding me of movies that I did see.
Yeah, because there's a few there.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of 80s horror. It's like,
Yeah.
out of the two of us, I think I've seen the most, even though you are the movie guy of the group.
I mean, I'll admit I got a lot to cross off those lists for movies.
Yeah.
But you definitely...
And I'm always happy to go back and watch these. Some of it is too good.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm so happy having more into horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, since I met you, my whole...
Yeah, your horror movie expansion
just
exponentially.
Yeah.
I'm like, horror's good. Like, don't diss horror.
Oh, no, it's...
There's just something about it.
Yeah, I know, right?
You're like one of the only, well, I guess Curtis would be the other guy, people who would actually sit down and watch horror with me and not either criticize it or get too scared by it.
Cody.
Yeah, Cody's... We'll throw Cody under the bus in this episode, apparently.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it has...
It has to be stated, Cody's not good with horror.
Yeah.
But he tries. At least he'll watch it.
Yeah.
I just had several friends in my past that are like, I don't want to watch horror with you. It's not me.
Yeah. No,
I was like, how can you not? It's fun.
Yeah,
And I'm not always picking like the thing that will mess with your head.
No.
I'm picking something that's fun.
Oh,
Like, how can you not laugh at this? This is so stupid.
yeah. It's I'm talking earlier there. We were the only ones to laugh, and they're the it we can make.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to go see that, and we're in the theater laughing our asses off, and people around us looking at us like, what the hell's wrong with these two?
I was like, these guys are right?
Yeah. It's like, you clearly don't watch a lot of horror, so you don't find this funny.
No, that's...
I'm sorry, that dancing scene in it.
Yeah. No. It's like he's just dancing.
Menacingly. So, your takeaway on the whole thing.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Yeah. Because there are a lot of good movies. I feel bad that a lot of movies are now buried, and I'm glad more streaming services are bringing them back to life.
Yeah.
But there are so many there that I was like, these are just gone forever.
Yeah, you'd be lucky if you track them on VHS.
Yeah. And not pay like an arm and a leg for them.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Because I know you were trying to find a few, and...
I thought I was going to have to pay an arm and a leg for a VHS copy of Blood Beach.
Yeah. And you lucked out, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to find a DVD copy.
Yeah. So...
Good.
That's good. That's the other thing. I like that some VHSs are being transported into DVD, which makes them cheaper.
Yeah.
And that they're not just going to be a collector item thing. That's that people can now readily get them if you really want to find them.
Yeah, not just it's like, hey, you want to see this? It's only VHS, so fork over.
Yeah, fork over $100.
Yeah.
For a VHS that you probably don't even have a VCR for, unless you were smart enough to keep that technology kicking around.
And we were.
Yeah, we were. I have so many VHSs, I was like, I'm not getting rid of this thing.
Yeah, people laughed at us when they found out we have
VHSs and VCRs, and I was like, oh yeah, no. When half my movie collection is not on DVD, so what am I supposed to do, right?
Yeah, right?
And I'm not paying streaming services, I don't have that kind of money.
No.
Alright, back on track.
Yeah,
So, unfortunately, this is the last one for the 80s horror.
80s.
We mentioned this in the previous episode, but there is going to be a 90 to 94 documentary.
Yeah, so we get the first bit of the 90s, so...
Yeah. Which, I like this idea better going in.
Yeah.
Is that they split the year up instead of trying to do 80 to 89 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
And try to cover other movies that we didn't cover in those eras.
Yeah, so maybe they could get... So it'll be a longer documentary, but then just split it in 2 instead of 3 parts.
Yeah. Like, I expect it's going to be a 3-hour documentary still, but...
Yeah.
At least this way I know it's like, okay, I don't have to watch... Oh, it's not the whole decade.
Yeah. Like I said in the previous episode, you're just hoping that they better
have enough of madness. Because I will be upset.
Same with me for Tremors, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's true too. I was like, Tremors was a franchise, so I can see it being actually in the documentary.
Yeah. But I can see it in the too because of John Carpenter.
Yeah. So, things to take away from this.
Oh.
Because they said some interesting stuff in the last words that I want to actually talk about.
Yes.
So the first thing is that we shouldn't grade movies on good or bad, but instead entertaining, non-entertaining.
There you go.
Because a bad movie is still entertaining.
Yeah, I will agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Why do I like Troma so much?
Yeah, because it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Not good movies, but it's entertaining. And there's so many movies that I was like, this isn't a good movie, but it's entertaining me, so it gets a pass.
Yeah.
And the whole analyzing movies, because everyone like getting into 80s horror now is
they're analyzing it.
They're analyzing it. Back then, when it was just coming out, you were just watching it because it's either A, you're really into it at the time, or B, it was the only thing really available at the time. You wanted horror, I'm sorry, but these are your horror selections.
Yeah,
and then everyone's like criticizing, like, oh, it was so bad back then. How did you guys watch all this? These are so terrible. And I was like, back in the day, this was top art.
Yeah.
People are going to look at your CGI horror movies a few years from now and be like, how could you guys watch that? It's so bad.
Yeah.
So... I mean, don't criticize something for being old, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Because in that era, you could tell the difference between a poor budget movie and a high budget movie still.
Oh, yeah. Easily, right?
Easily. In this day and age, it's like, well, this was a low budget, but they all look the same, kinda. Like, I have a harder time trying to tell what's low budget and what's high budget because it depends on where you put your budget in.
Yeah.
Because special effects, if you put your budget into that, yes, you're going to have great special effects as good as the guy with the high budget.
Yeah.
You can't go past a certain threshold with special effects anymore.
No.
And that's the other reason why I like 80s horror, because they tried to push the special effects further. Because back in the day, Crayola colored blood, and then when you get later on in the 89s, that's pretty realistic blood for the time.
Thanks, Tom Savini?
Yeah.
Really?
Tom Savini, like, the formula for blood.
Mm-hmm.
And how to actually apply it properly, even the clothing, because that's a harder thing people don't realize.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'll just get a bunch of fake blood and then, like, pour it on my clothes. I was like, that's not going to look like blood when you put it on the clothing. I'm sorry. And the other thing is, like, as I said, bad movies are still entertaining. So even crap back then was still fun to watch. And you watched it because you knew it was crap.
Yep.
And back then, renting a movie was like $3-5, depending on video store.
Yeah.
And you'd rent like 3 movies for the evening, have a movie marathon with your buddies, and then that was my Saturday.
Yeah, like... I can see Little Debbie.
Oh, yeah. Me and my friends would just go, me or my cousin or my friends would just go to the movie store. We each pick out one movie and we all watch each other's picks.
Yeah.
And I was banned from picking horror movies for a while because that's all I would ever pick. And my cousin hated horror, so he's like, stop picking those. We will set a month up in October for you. And thus, that's how Spookfest started.
Ah!
There's your origin story. I am not just copying another YouTube channel.
Ah! So take that!
Yeah, we always had October as the pick your horror month.
Yeah.
So, any other thoughts from you, Billy?
Yeah. Well, there for 80s movies. A lot of heavy metal horror.
Yes, we mentioned this to each other while we were watching this, but yeah, a lot of rock and roll and heavy metal because those two intertwine so well with horror.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the satanic panic at that point.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, let's play into everyone's fear that metal and rock and roll will corrupt our kids by making a movie that shows how metal can corrupt your kids.
Yeah, I know, like, just...
Yeah.
What?
Well, because...
like how they thought like that, right? Like
oh, yeah, how the satanic panic actually kicked off.
Yeah.
And it was just, unfortunately, Bible thumpers pushing their agenda really hard.
Oh, yeah, because like I said, we watched that documentary on... mostly on D&D.
Yeah, but...
That was an eye-opener for me.
Oh, yeah, no. But the other eye-opener is that was happening before this, it's going to keep happening, and it's happening even today.
Mm-hmm.
Is whatever kids are into, that's corrupting our kids.
Yeah, that's what they're going to blame when something goes wrong.
Yeah. Like, it's still on video games right now, I think, but
yeah.
I think it's shifting to other things.
Slowly.
Slowly, but it's never going to go away.
No.
That panic is always going to be there, because you, as an adult, you don't understand why there's an appeal for this crazy thing the kids are into.
Yeah, like, parents just don't understand.
Yeah. And I catch myself doing that too, where I was like, I don't understand why kids are into this. But then I stop and I was like, well, I was a dumb kid back then, so that's probably half the reason.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's something about it that I'm just not getting.
Yeah.
So at least I can stop myself and be like, it's not generated to me.
Yeah. It's like, dude, you're not going to be that cranky old guy.
I'm not going to be that cranky old guy that gets mad at the new thing because I don't understand it. I'm going to be yelling at clouds later. That's what I'm going to be doing.
A lot of rock and metal movies you've seen.
Yeah. There were so many of them that I get them cross-referenced all the freaking time, so... I was like, which one had Gene Simmons? Which one was the one where the monster comes out of the stereo? And it's like, oh, it's this one. Like, this is why I don't recommend them.
Yeah.
Because they're so crossed up in my brain, I'm probably recommending the wrong one to you. And then you're like, that had nothing like you just described.
Ah, shit, that was the other one.
Oh, crap, I meant this one. Sorry, I had to subject you to the... And the other thing we talked about is the culture and including the minority groups.
Yeah.
Because early on, it was more prevalent. Like, we saw gay guys kicking ass back in the early 80s.
Yeah.
And then, as they said in the documentary, AIDS hit, and then everyone got shoved back in the closet, which was unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I do love that it also was an eye-opener. Like, I know the cliche of the black guy always dies first.
Yeah, I mean...
And I like that now we're stopping that because our eyes are open to it. It's like, this is becoming a problem.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
No.
And then all the other minorities. There's the Filipino one. Lady,
Yeah, they said there's no
very little to no representation. Which I was like, that's kind of surprising.
Yeah, like.
And obviously the Asian ones are just off the walls crazy.
Yeah.
Because, that's what Asia is all about.
Yeah, like, yeah.
So, I do like when I see a more toned down Asian movie.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh, okay, that's actually fairly simple and straightforward. And representing Asian folklore, but not as over-the-top wacky Asian folklore.
Yeah.
So, I guess my final thought on that is just, I'm glad that we learned from that, and as they said, it's a progress. It's not a destination we'll ever really achieve.
Yeah.
But each year we can get better.
Yeah, like they're improving, they're going forward, not backwards.
Okay. There's a few times we hit backwards, but usually we're trying to progress forward.
Yeah.
Because I will defend old movies even if they are a bit racist.
Oh, yeah, same.
Because I was like, you got to remember the time period it was in, and you can't just erase this from history.
Yeah, I mean, just good example, it's not a horror movie.
Yeah.
But you guess what I'm going to say?
No.
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, Blazing Saddles is a good one. Because, yeah, it is a racist movie.
Oh, yeah.
But it pokes fun at the racism.
Yeah, it just proves, like, there was another documentary that just proves, like, yeah, these westerns were kind of racy, so
yeah,
let's point it out.
Yes. And that's what we need, is more things that point it out.
Yeah.
We need examples of bad so that we know what is good.
Yeah.
Erasing the bad from our history just means we have nothing to base good on.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I always look at it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we got on our soapbox about that real quick. So, final thoughts on this documentary.
Like I said, more movies for me to... Now, these, at least this time, I'm not doing a challenge on this one.
No, you stop that.
No, I'm getting movies that I just want in my collection.
Yeah.
Because I just got one at the time of recording, one came in today.
Yeah.
Monkey Shines.
Yeah, interesting to see how you think of that one.
Yeah. Now, I don't have this that I just bought just because of the main actor.
Yeah.
There's some, I can't pronounce his name, Brog?
Yeah.
I
can't.
He plays Sergeant Voight on Chicago PD.
Okay.
So one of my favorite TV shows.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And that's all fine and good.
Oh, yeah.
This was just a nice walk down some memory lanes.
Yep.
Where I was like, I remember renting that, and the night, like, that gave my cousin nightmares or something.
Nice. Yeah, no, but you recommend me just open my eyes to more movies.
Yeah. So, and overall, the trilogy of The In Search of Darkness.
This is like a yearly watch for us now.
Yeah. I definitely have to throw this up every October.
Yeah, I officially started doing this previous Halloween.
Now, because they added 5 more hours to this, it's going to be a hard get through for October.
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how to do this for part 3, because I can watch part 1, part 2 easily one night.
Yeah.
Like, separately.
Oh, yeah.
But, because I would watch that on Saturday night, be done at 1.
Yeah. So, this might be I have to break these up into, like, 3 different weeks or something.
Yeah.
We'll see. And then there's still the bonus features that we haven't touched.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because there's 3 hours of bonus feature.
Oh, my God. Yeah. And what's like, I think there's a video with Bill Moseley.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna watch.
Oh, yeah.
One with Jericho, so I'm like, oh my God, come on.
Oh, there's a lot of like ones I was like, okay, I gotta see this person.
Oh, okay, this one too.
Yeah. But with that, though, we'll call the episode here. So our final thoughts are: these are really good documentations.
Yeah.
Even if you're not into 80s horror,
Oh.
the In Search of Crew does great jobs with all of their products. So
Horror.
we have horror, we have fantasy coming, we have sci-fi already out, and another one I think coming.
Yeah.
And I think there's another one in there, but
I'm not sure. I think we were trying to figure it out if there was another one I had that's the action one, but we weren't sure.
oh yeah, the last action one.
Yeah.
Same studio, different, or same creators, different studio.
Yeah.
Or publisher, different studio. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
But still good.
Oh yeah, no. But like I said, now for to plug for Shudder, all three are on Shudder. So if you get a chance,
go for Shudder.
Yep.
We are not endorsed, by the way. But Shudder, if you want.
Hey, we love it.
Yeah. I will happily endorse Shudder because it's a horror streaming service.
That's the one we'll definitely get behind.
Yeah. That has the Devon seal of approval. Whatever that's worth.
Yeah.
I think a penny. Alright, with that though, we'll call the episode here, so thank you all very much for watching.
Dig it.